Welcome to this overview of the brand new standalone MPC Live 2. This takes music production and beat making to the next level. Featuring professional built-in studio monitors for instant playback, CV gate, running on the same MPC software that's inside XM1, MPC Live 2 is the perfect beat-making portable studio so you can take your productions anywhere. So why don't you join me for a closer look at the brand new MPC Live 2. The first thing you'll see on MPC Live 2 is its built-in stereo monitors. You can hear everything from your 808s through to the clarity top end of your hi-hats with depth and stereo separation. You can turn the monitors on and off by using the switch located at the back of the hardware. MPC Live 2 also features an internal battery which delivers over 6 hours of power, so you can be completely portable with your productions. So when you combine this with the stereo monitors, you can really produce wherever inspiration strikes. We've also added a master volume knob directly to the MPC Live hardware so you can control your master volume. MPC Live 2's workflow is delivered by its 7-inch high-definition multi-gesture touchscreen, allowing you to seamlessly create, produce and edit your productions. You can swipe across the screen, we can add notes and velocity curves with ease. If you want to edit samples, we can pinch and zoom and move across the sample, affect our start and end points, zoom in, zoom out, and edit parameters with ease. If we want to edit our notes inside our piano roll, we can go straight to our grid and we can now use the Touch UI by selecting our tools, and now we can edit our notes. We can add, erase, move notes by using our selector, transpose our notes, all by interfacing with our Touch UI. MPC Live 2 features key function buttons to speed up your workflow, such as Notes Mode, Quantize, so you can now access the parameters and turn Quantize off and on. We can also turn on Automation, Step Sequencer, we can go to our Grid Edit, Sampler, Sample Edit, and XY Effects. You can also access Note Repeat, 16 levels, Mixer, Mutes, and so much more. For making beats, you can't beat the MPC pads. These are full-size, RGB, velocity and pressure sensitive. You can also fully customize the colors of the pads to your own liking. This is great for organizing your drum kits and for live performance. You can also access pad banks A through to H at the top of the hardware. Simply press the button and select the bank that you require. MPC Live 2 features 4 powerful touch capacitive knobs across 4 banks, allowing you to control all of your parameters in a live or studio environment. We can control parameters inside our plugins, so if we want to automate our instruments, we can do so directly from our cue links. MPC Live 2 includes up to 8 CV gate outputs, allowing you to connect and sequence all of your modular racks fully standalone inside MPC. MPC Live 2 also features many ways for you to bring in your samples. We have an SD reader, we can use USB 3 by connecting external hard drives. We also have a SATA bay, so you can install your own internal hard drive so you can have access to your samples wherever you are. Once fitted, simply go to Places, and here you can locate your drives, and now you can access your own project and samples. MPC Live 2 also features built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology. This allows us to synchronize our Splice library directly to MPC. We can use protocols such as Ableton Link, or we can put MPC Live 2 into live control mode and remotely control Ableton Live. MPC Live 2 features stereo line and instrument inputs, switchable phono, and 6 separate outputs. Also features 2 MIDI ins and 2 MIDI outs, 2 USB 3 ports, USB connection for putting MPC Live 2 into controller mode with the MPC desktop software, and an Ethernet port for creating a network for protocols such as Ableton Link, Live Control, and Splice. Making beats and productions inside MPC Live 2 is a breeze because we're fully standalone and not tethered to a computer. So let's play our melodic sample. We're going to turn on our quantize, and now this is going to pull our notes onto the grid. Let's open our grid edit and hit record. Now we've recorded our kick and snare, let's use note repeat and synchronize our hi-hats to our master tempo by holding down one pad. Now we can double our notes by changing our time division. We can also select all of our notes and move them off the grid to create more bounce to our beat. As I move my data wheel to the right, you can see it's pushing all of my pattern forward. We can do this with individual notes, again taking them off the grid. We can delete notes by holding the erase in the pad, or we can use the eraser tool. And let's press undo, and we can also draw in notes using our pencil icon. Now to play bass lines, we're going to use the iconic 16 levels feature. This chromatically takes a note and assigns it across the 16 pads. For live performance, we can also use features such as track mute and pad mute to launch tracks directly from the pads. MPC Live 2 allows you to connect and route all of your external MIDI equipment, from keyboards to drum machines to external MIDI and CV modules, directly to your MPC Live 2 using a USB hub. This will dramatically increase your I/O capabilities. MPC Live 2 is really the perfect solution for connecting all of your studio equipment for live production or live performance. Simply plug your device directly into your USB hub, and then MPC Live 2 will instantly recognize the inputs and outputs, so you're ready to start your production. You can also trigger all of your MIDI devices directly from the MPC pads using notes mode, playing chords and scales. You can also control your devices just by touching the cue links, and they will display an overlay telling you what parameters have been assigned, and you can fully assign all of your own controls. From iconic synthesizers through to USB MIDI controllers and MIDI interfaces, MPC Live 2 will become the connection between your studio and your live performance. MPC Live 2 features a powerful step sequencer. This is perfect for electronic music production. You can drive your modular racks by using our CV gate outputs, or use the external MIDI to drive your keyboards via MPC's sequencer. Now to access step sequence, press our function button, or we can use the UI. Now we can see our step sequencer. Now we press the pad select, we'll select our kick, and now we can draw in our steps. We can also do this via our pads. Let's start our sequence. And again, let's select a loop, and we'll trigger our loop by entering the step. Now let's select our clap, and again we draw our clap in directly into our steps. Now we'll do our hi-hats, and we'll draw across our grid. This is adding velocity in real time. Now we'll go to our next track, which is generating our bass line via MIDI output into Model D. If we go to our grid, we can see all the notes that our arpeggiator has generated. Then I'm using our Q links to add reverb to the Model D, which is coming in on MPC Live 2's input. Then we have our drums assigned to a Q link on a mute. Now we'll go to our CV gate channel, where we've assigned a filter cutoff gate directly to the Model D. And now we can use our step sequencer to trigger the gate. Now we can add reverb via our inserts. And now we'll mute our drums. Bring in more reverb and then make it completely dry. Using MPC Live 2 step sequencer combined with CV and MIDI creates a very powerful standalone production tool for live performance. MPC Live 2 allows you to edit and chop your samples in a breeze with its fast and intuitive workflow without stopping your creative flow. Let's take a closer look. Let's play our melodic sample. I press Edit Sample, and now I can use our Touch UI to affect the start and end points. We can also do this using our Q links. As we move down our controls, we can adjust the increment values of the start and end points. If I press Trim again, we then go into our chop mode. So I can now chop my sample in real time. As I play the sample, I hit the pad where I want my chop to go. As you can see, it's a real seamless way of chopping samples. Now I hold down Shift, press Convert, press Do It as a new program, go to my main menu, go to a new track, and now play my beat and record my chops. MPC Live 2 features a powerful chords and scales mode. This allows you to play complex chord progressions and melodies to your tracks. This is also a great tool if you don't have a deep understanding of music theory to add textures over your beats. Now to enter our notes mode, the first thing we're going to do is select an instrument track, and then we're going to hold down Shift and press our notes button. This takes us straight into our notes mode. Now if we press chromatic, we can now use our pads to play through the scales. We can change our scale type, we can change the key, we can hit chords, we can play progressions, and once we've found a progression, we can now add this to our track. As I play the pads, it's already playing a chord in the progression type that I've selected that you can add to your production. You can also create your own progressions in the MPC software and import these directly into your MPC Live 2. MPC Live 2 features 3 powerful internal plug-in instruments for the most demanding live and studio productions. The first is Tube Synth. This emulates the classic sound of an analog polysynth integrated with 5 powerful air effects. You have filters, envelopes, LFOs, preset sounds to choose from, and an intuitive user interface allowing you to edit and create sounds from scratch using MPC Live 2's encoders, giving you full control over Tube Synth. Then we have Electric. Electric brings you the smooth iconic sound of the Rhodes to any demanding dance and R&B or pop production. You can edit the sound seamlessly by adding pickup, bell noise, chorus, tremolo, and much more. Then we have bassline. Bassline emulates the sound of a deep mono synth, perfect for all types of productions, from 303s to Moog basses and low sub bass lines. This will fill out your low end on any track. Bassline also includes onboard effects, presets, and real-time controls. MPC Live 2 allows us to mix and master our productions directly inside the hardware, which includes over 100 studio quality effects, which can be applied individually to pads, tracks, or across your entire mix. We have everything from reverbs, delays, filter dynamics, compression, and EQ. You can add parallel and bus compression to your drums and mix and master your final tracks. We can add lo-fi effects, filters, noise gates, distortions, and vintage emulations of the MPC 60, the 3000, and the SP1200. The Touch UI can also become an XY pad, giving you effects such as beat repeat, low pass filters, phase in, and tape stop. MPC Live 2 can record up to 8 audio tracks. This allows you to add elements such as vocals, melodies, guitars, or keyboard performances over your beats. You can also import audio files such as acapellas for remixing. So to record our bass line, we've got an audio track open, and we're going to trigger our bass line from our MPC Live 2 pads from our Model D, which is going into our MPC Live input channel. Let's hit record. Now I'm recording my parts as MIDI in real time. Now that I've recorded my MIDI, we go to audio tracks, hit record, and now we can record our pass. Just like a DAW, you can see the audio being recorded as a WAV file on our Touch UI screen. Now that we've recorded our bass line as an audio track, let's go to audio track 2, hit record, and add some vinyl textures over our beat. This will be recorded as an audio track. As you can see, using audio tracks is a great way to capture live performances directly in your MPC Live 2. Sampling is a real fun and creative way to capture ideas and performances over your beats. Let's make a beat in real time, and then we're going to sample from our vinyl and chop this up and add it to our beat. Now let's hit sample, hit record, and now we're going to add our texture of vinyl. Press stop, and now we're going to chop up our loop. Now we're chopping in real time, straight to our pads. We can also use our cue links to fine-tune our chops. MPC Live 2 can record all of your automation parameters in real time. Simply turn on automation, go straight to your grid edit, and then select the parameter you wish to automate. Then simply draw in the automation using the Touch UI. You can also do this in step mode using step automation. Simply draw in the parameters on the Touch UI. We can also record automation in real time using our cue links. Simply load up a plugin or an insert effect and use the controls in real time. Now any parameter that we change will now be automated and played back. MPC Live 2 is the perfect standalone sequencer to drive all your tracks live. You can take advantage of clip launching with its time stretching and pitch shifting algorithm. We can use our CV gate to trigger external hardware, giving us all the tools to create a live performance. We can set up controls on our cue links to add live effects. We can add hi-hat patterns by simply using note repeat. And then we can edit this by going into our step sequencer and using our Touch UI to change velocities. We can instantly turn our clips on and off, bring in a bass line. Now we can go to a CV track and sequence our filter gate. MPC Live 2 comes preloaded with over 16 gigabytes of factory content, which has been produced by some of the industry-leading sound designers such as Decap, Raw Cuts, MSX Audio, F9 Audio, and MVP Loops. You also get the brand new F9 Instruments expansion featuring over 100 sample-based instruments and the new Sonic Boom expansion featuring over 200 brand new drum kits. Now to enter our new library, go over to Browser, then we go to the Sonic Boom expansion, and now you can preview all of the kits. We have everything from iconic hip-hop, drum machines, old school hip-hop, classic house, and so much more. MPC Live 2 also features Splice integration. We can synchronize our desktop Splice library and import all our sounds onto our MPC. We can browse all of our packs. We can browse by different categories and by sound type. Simply select the pack that you want, go into the folder, and now you can select the sound type and preview and load directly onto your MPC. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection, and you can now have access to a world of sounds. MPC Live 2 also allows you to connect USB MIDI keyboards directly into the USB connections on the back of the hardware in standalone mode. This means that you can use a MIDI keyboard to play chords and melodies directly into the sequencer. Let's make a beat. We start off with our Rhodes. Now we'll go to our next track and we'll add our bass line. Now we'll go to some strings. And now we'll add some textures. Now let's finish our beat with some freestyle lead. Thanks for watching this overview of the brand new MPC Live 2. And if you head over to the MPC Beats Academy, you can find more tutorials and videos and walkthroughs.